So checkout restrictions are not as widely used in Select Server, but it's going to be a little bit trickier of a migration for some accounts that use these heavily. Within Select Server, you had the capability to configure checkout restrictions for each individual site, and because each site had its own key, you could very finely control those things. Within SES, the checkout restrictions are at the country level, and so since the keys map up to that country level, the checkout restrictions at the entitlement country level are what is going to apply to the activation keys. So if you want to keep these restrictions in place for your Select Server licensed versions, you need to take those site restrictions and put them together into one list and then configure those within SES. So I just did a quick spreadsheet for my sites here. I'm going to bring up Select Server just real quick and show you a very simple example. So I have a site here that has three products and a certain number of restrictions for those. I have another site, this one, that has 4 products. So both of these are up underneath the US. So they're both going to need to be merged together. And this is where a certain level of judgment has to come in for what you need to allow users to be able to check out, right? So again, this is just a spreadsheet I put together that pulled together what I just showed in Select Server. And you'll notice, right, that the lists are different, right? So you'll need to put those lists together if you want all of these keys to be able to check out the products that they were able to before. But there's also a decision to make about the quantity field if there is a discrepancy between 2 keys. So in my example, there aren't because the products don't overlap. But if they did overlap and there was a different quantity, you'd have to decide which quantity makes the most sense for your organization. So using this list, I'm going to navigate. I'm going to use entitlement management and go to my checkout restrictions. So currently I have all checkouts enabled, restrictions disabled. I'm gonna enable my restrictions. Now, when I do this and I haven't added any products, it's going to let me know that having added no products, it's just going to basically ignore this and allow checkouts of all products, right? It doesn't apply any restrictions until you've added some products. So if I go in and add Stat Pro, I can keep it as unlimited, or if I want to keep it the same as the other, I can go all the way up to 500. I'm not going to make you watch me click. And I would do the same for all these. So Stat Pro Advanced, and I can do these all at one time. I don't have to do nuclear auto pipe. I'm not going to run through all these. I'm just going to add one more. Okay, And again, each of these autopipe nuclear you might set to the one quantity. Autopipe vessel you might do 20, right? To match what we had before. All right. So now these checkout restrictions are set up. Any activation or checkout requests through the activation key for this that are associated to this country are going to follow these checkout restrictions. I will also point out that these checkout restrictions will also apply to SES enabled versions for users who are associated to this entitlement country. So these same checkout restrictions will apply to both users and to activation keys that are associated to, in this case, the United States. If you have multiple countries, you're gonna configure these for each country, as the list of products might be different and the keys will be different. All right.
If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. If you want to see more such series, consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you, and see you next time.